Overwatch 2 is coming out relatively soon, and I am praying for it to be a success. When it came to Overwatch 1, I don't even need to go over it. I will anyway, just for the people who don't know. But I don't know how you don't know. Overwatch 1 came out and became one of the most successful multiplayer hero genre shooters ever. It made the genre popular. Overwatch 1 came out and just destroyed the hero market. But at the same time, Blizzard butchered it. They completely just dropped the ball on something so popular and something that to this day could still be the best hero shooter. A lot of people blame COVID for some extremely odd reason. A lot of people blame Blizzard, rightfully so. And then some other people just said the game was just on a track to fail anyway. That is a very, very small group of people, but they do exist. I came into Overwatch 1 through the beta that they had. Loved it, bought the game, played the game for a while actually, played with my friends. My best friend was a Mercy main. We just went crazy on the game. And then, update after update, Ana, Orisa, etc. And then Doomfist happened. I don't remember if Orisa came before Doomfist. I actually don't remember. But I know I played until Doomfist happened. When Doomfist came out, it really made me realize how much I didn't like the game anymore. Doomfist came in and I was just like, what is this? What mess is this? I'm being punished for even trying to play the game. Now obviously, you know, he just came out. People were honestly terrible with him. I played him. I was absolutely horrible with him. I'm pretty good at him now, but that's because, you know, we actually know how to play Doomfist now. But people came out. He was an absolute noob stomper, and it deterred a lot of people from actually playing the game. And I was one of those people, so I stopped playing the game. I didn't come back until Overwatch 2 was announced and Echo was released. And I'm glad I did come back at that time, because not long after, Overwatch 2 would be on everybody's map, and at the same time extremely hated. I will talk about Overwatch 2, but right now I just want to go over the failure of Overwatch 1. Just a quick overview. The battle between marketing your game towards the casuals as a hero shooter, play anybody, be anybody, and be good at what you do. Having that concept and having it be completely overshadowed by your competitive style game that you're trying to turn it into is, in my opinion, one of the greatest downfalls that a lot of people don't actually look at. And in my opinion, it's kind of happening to Apex right now. Yes, you want to listen to your pro scene and you want to listen to your casual scene, but at the same time, when one dominates the other, then the game caters to one and becomes an absolute just garbage fest. There has to be a happy medium. Overwatch became the competitive game. They did the OWL, the Overwatch competitive league, and it just destroyed this game, in my opinion. Everything got catered towards the pro scene, my bad. The casuals absolutely got kind of left out. Many would say that's a good thing, but when your game becomes if you don't choose this character, we're going to lose our match type of game, compared to the choose anybody and have fun game as it was marketed, then you begin to have a problem. The OWL, the Overwatch League, started to find itself in some trouble, and with the updates to Overwatch 1 becoming extremely broken for the game and just catastrophic, eventually the game was either going to die due to the developers' incompetence, or, which ended up happening, updates would stop and they would work on a sequel. Here's the problem with working with a sequel. You can A, work on a sequel and stop all development towards your first game. Or you can B, work on the sequel, take forever to make it, while releasing current content. Now, a lot of people wish that they would have kept updating the game and then would have just made the sequel on the side. I actually think taking the time off to put all of the effort into a sequel is the best thing they could have done, especially with COVID and everything coming out. Why is that? Oh, I'm sorry, but Overwatch 1 and the direction it was going to fail. Eventually, it was going to fail. The Overwatch League and the way they wanted the game to be and the way it was just set to be was going to destroy the game no matter what, especially with how it was marketed, that and its toxic community, bad updates, and lack of updates just was going to absolutely destroy the game no matter what. So, naturally, the best thing to do is to stop updating the game and go on to Overwatch 2. As good as that is, that also creates a brand new problem. The problem is your community now hates you. Your community now hates the game you have created. Your community now hates you as developers and see you as sluggish and developers that don't care about their game. That is a lie. I'm pretty sure Blizzard love Overwatch. They care about it. I know Jeff cares about it. I know Aaron, he cares about it. They all care about this game. Yet when you're developing a game both under COVID and the struggles that your company is going through with the heinous acts that they are doing towards both their employees and just the consumer as well, things and problems are going to show. Now, naturally, with Overwatch 2, they started to pick up their campaign. Just very recently with the beginning of this year, they have picked up their campaign and picked up their marketing. They released an alpha. They released an alpha for their streamers and their competitive players. That alpha was mixed. There was a lot of good reception and bad reception, both on the just UI, lack of characters, and both the removal of a tank, which received mixed reception. Now, I believe we are on the first or second beta. I believe we're on the first beta. Might be the second. Either or. With these betas, the Jungle Queen has been announced, and the Jungle Queen has been played. Again, mixed reception. I personally think the Jungle Queen is very good. Very good and very healthy for the game. Now, obviously, we have to see in the long run how that pans out, but I think the Jungle Queen is going to add a lot of good attention, a good spotlight on the game. Because see, currently, if you have watched the Donkey video, the Donkey review on Overwatch 2, yes, in a sense, he is correct. Everything he is saying is correct. Yet, at the same time, everything he's saying is also null and void. Yes, the game, just from the alpha and the beta, looks extremely bland. It is PvP, and you're just looking at it and you're going, what in the world, what have you guys been working on for the 2+ years that Overwatch 2 has literally just been having reused events, reused skins, and no new content? What have you guys been doing for the past 2+ years? Now, see, I personally think, well, I know because it's been stated, that Overwatch 2 isn't about the PvP. Overwatch 2 is about the PvE. Overwatch 2 is about that core experience. These are people who made World of Warcraft. These are smart individuals. They made Diablo. They know what they're doing. They can make good PvE content. The archives event and those type of PvE that we had in Overwatch 1 is nowhere near what they can actually do if they actually take time and put into the PvE. And I feel like with this game, they will do that. With Overwatch 2, they will do it. They just need time to do so. Now, granted, 2+ years, it's been a while. But hopefully when that comes out, we're really going to see Overwatch 2. And now that brings me to the marketing and the failure of this game, Overwatch 2, when it comes to the marketing aspect. The marketing is absolutely atrocious. It is horrendous. And I don't understand how you get this mixed up that badly. When the alpha came out, it was advertised as Overwatch 2. Okay, that's fine. But then at the same time, when people look at the game, they're just looking at the game, it's like, it looks like Overwatch 1. But then the developers are also telling the streamers that it's just Overwatch 1.5 and it's not really Overwatch 2, and Overwatch 2 is still yet to come. Then why is it under the Overwatch 2 category? So is this Overwatch or is this Overwatch 2? Is the alpha Overwatch or is it Overwatch 2? Is the beta Overwatch or is it Overwatch 2? Because it's both been under the category of Overwatch and Overwatch 2. The casual streamer, the casual player is not gonna know the difference between the two. They look at it, the only thing they see that's different is their one less tank, and for all they know, it can just be a random update. I don't understand how you get it this mixed up. When it comes to this whole Overwatch 2 beta thing, I don't think there should have even been a listing for Overwatch 2. It should have been the Overwatch beta, Overwatch alpha, Overwatch 2 beta, Overwatch 2 alpha. It shouldn't be under the Overwatch 2, because when people see that too, they're expecting something completely different than what we had in the alpha and both the beta. They're expecting more content, more heroes, more maps, more changes. They're expecting more and more and more. And when you're only showing what you have ready, it's not gonna sell well. See, that big campaign push for Overwatch 2 has already sailed. It has sailed and passed. It's gone. When Pokimane was over there playing against XQC and Flats in that beta, in that alpha, my apologies, in that alpha, that was the moment. That was the moment Overwatch 2 had to go, yeah, we're back. Yeah, we know we did an Overwatch 1, but no, we're back. And we're ready to go. We're sorry and we're ready to go. That was your moment. But instead, what ended up happening was they just botched it with the mixed messaging. The pros know what it is. At least I'm hoping. Stylosa doesn't even seem to know what's going on. Neither does Flats. So if they don't know what's going on, then why in the world should the casual know what's going on? They're not going to know anything. The thing is, they're not ready. Blizzard, the devs are not ready. The revival of Overwatch is nowhere near ready yet. And the game is supposed to be coming out this year. Now, I want to talk about the brand new battle pass system that they have. They got rid of the loot boxes, which honestly wasn't making them that much money anyway. They got rid of the loot boxes, and they're introducing the battle pass. The battle pass, there are mixed messages about them. I, for one, don't genuinely care. I think it's a good update to stay with the times. I mean, Fortnite has introduced it. It's become popular. Apex uses it, and Call of Duty is now using it. Battlefield is using it. So all of the shooters are using it now. And Overwatch is the only one that still has loot boxes, which really doesn't make them money, because everybody gets everything in the game already, or they either have it or you can just get it for free, and you really don't need to pay for anything. And it really doesn't take that long to get it. So they've updated with this battle pass. They said either one new map, one new hero per season. And I believe they said the season will rotate either every 4 weeks or every 8 weeks. Something like that. 4 to 8. Now, this is controversial, right? Because when the game comes out, when Overwatch 2 comes out, it I feel like it is still gonna be a disaster. I love Overwatch. I want it to be just amazing, but I also feel like it's gonna be just one gigantic disaster. I don't think they're gonna have enough heroes in launch. I don't think the PvE is gonna be where it needs to be at launch. I think people are gonna play it for a couple of weeks, maybe a month, and then kind of realize, oh, there's really nothing here. And then it's kind of gonna go back to the Overwatch 1 feedback, where they're like, where's all the content? The content is coming. I have high hopes for Blizzard, and I want Overwatch 2 to be the best it can be. This video is less of a news video and more of just like almost like a prayer in a way. I hope Overwatch 2 ends up being good, because if it doesn't and it fails on launch, Overwatch is done. It is done. You only get so many chances, and you only get so many times to fail. So they got to get this right. Overwatch 2 is not the PvP, it is the PvE. So that PvE needs to be absolutely amazing. But we'll see where it goes. It's Nello. Peace.